Yo, this is Tim Man TC.
And this is your boy High IQ.
This is Fried Bologna.
The podcast is as random as a Catch Me Outside girl having a record deal.
Fried Bologna.
A hood delicacy.
Today's agenda. Riding with some side of me sisters. Pistol on hip, hip to your pistol. The day I bow down to a bitch. You be the day I know about her. Let Rihanna inside of a strip club. Lead a booth just to leave a two floating around inside.
Hello?
Yo, what's up?
What's up, bro? What's going on?
Man, not a lot, man. Same shit, but as always, crazy shit going on. Mainly in the White House. Your president, the president of the United States, decides that he wants to at peaceful protesters, mainly or specifically the peaceful protesters in the NFL. Colin Kaepernick and the like, kneeling for the national anthem to peacefully protest the racial injustice going on with our police force, with them killing unarmed black people. Donald Trump, the president of the United States, said in front of people in his speech that if he was an owner, he would tell those sons of bitches to get off the field and they're fired. Those were his words. That is a direct quote from the president of the United States.
Make America great again.
Yes. Now, hey, I'm not a prude. I don't mind people cussing. I think a president using foul language when appropriate is not a big deal, like a damn there, a hell there. That's not a big deal. But to call peaceful protesters who are doing nothing to hurt or harm or put anyone in danger, to call them sons of bitches because of a peaceful protest, that is egregious and completely inappropriate. Like, they're sons of bitches because why? They see some inequality happening in the world. One way to get some attention to it is to kneel during the national anthem. And if he was an owner, he would tell those sons of bitches to get off the field and they're fired. And naturally, because you know what his crowd looks like, you know what his crowd stands for.
Right.
These motherfuckers were roaring in applause. Like, yeah, tell those sons of bitches, which I think you could likely replace sons of bitches with the word niggers, and the message would not have been lost on anyone.
Wow. Yeah.
The president of the United States just called its citizens sons of bitches. Let that sink in. And yet the same guy said that there were fine people amongst the white nationalists, neo-Nazis, KKK in Charlottesville. Called them very fine people, but these peaceful protesters just taking a knee are sons of bitches. Take a second. So just take a second, let that soak in. Just take a moment.
Wow.
All right, did you let that soak in?
Yeah.
I can't be the only one, not only just upset, but completely just baffled. Like baffled that the president of the United States would do say some shit like that. It's insane.
Here's the thing. At this point, we shouldn't be that shocked or surprised. And yet, every week, he seems to amaze us again.
He outdoes himself every week.
Think about even when you had people in the past, celebs or whatever, that usually say outlandish stuff. Usually the shock value lessens eventually. This guy has been on a year-long roll. I've never seen anything like it, man. It's almost like he has people in the back that specifically write things for him for this type of stuff. Like literally a separate team, man. Literally.
Donald Trump goes platinum every week.
He's doing 50 numbers. He's doing prime 50 numbers.
he drops a new single and goes platinum. I think that's his goal. I think that's his goal, is to shock the shit out of you every week so we talk about it from week to week and, of course, distract us from this Russia investigation, which the walls are closing in on that motherfucker.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's just going to get impeached.
Or he kills himself. I think he's going to either resign or kill himself. I'm not sure what's going to come first.
I think, well, here's the thing, though. Like, as much stuff as he's been accused of doing with the whole Russian thing, it must be nice to just be able to do all that and you just get to step down because he's not doing jail time. It's just an impeachment, and that's it. He
already asked if he could pardon himself. That's an admission of guilt.
It is.
How come we're not making a big deal about that? We, as in, like the mainstream media. And you know what's even crazier too is I like to watch or listen to arguments and opinions of both sides of, this whole Trump thing. And if you watch Fox News, you would never know that there's a Russia investigation going on.
Oh, no, not at all. Yeah.
In Fox News world, that is a non-story.
That's
like
fake news. That's fake news on Fox.
Yeah, that's like someone saying that they saw Bigfoot. Yeah, this shit's crazy, dude. This shit is crazy.
What a lot of people aren't thinking about either is the fact that, this guy that's making these outrageous comments on the regular, keep in mind, this is the same guy that is meeting with foreign powers. You got to keep that in mind. This is the same guy. So you can imagine how these meetings are going and why other countries are starting to get really, really pissed off. My biggest fear
and nervous because he's unhinged.
Yeah. You don't know that they probably don't know which president, which Trump they're gonna get every time they meet, and you can argue that these other foreign powers are leaving meetings like this guy can't be trusted. we got to watch this guy, right? And my biggest fear is, how sometimes, and let's knock on wood, but how sometimes, you wake up in the morning to a whole bunch of texts and you may have slept through an earthquake and you're like,
right.
Oh man, like my biggest fear is I wake up to text and it's like, dude, the whole East Coast is gone. On some, they started a war.
All the wood for that.
Seriously though, I mean, he could easily, and the other thing is this: other countries have their own way of doing things, so you have to be careful, just in general, like how you meet and greet people from other countries. You do something the wrong way, that's automatically taken as disrespect. So I just
or declaration of war.
Exactly. I just envision him coming to these things really not giving a fuck on like customs or traditions at all, and then the slightest sign of disrespect, he blows up and takes it to a level that it doesn't need to go to.
He's just a child, like playing president. Like he's that kid is like, this is his idea of what a leader is supposed to do or say, because he's watched a few things, heard a couple other things, and this is his impression of a president. He has no idea how to be president. It's like he got hired for a job, which is, I guess, is exactly what it is. He got hired for a job and has no clue on what the job is. Like I think he thinks you sit behind a desk and people just ask you a question and you say yes or no or you're fired. But everybody else does all the real work for you. I'm pretty sure that's what he thinks being the president is all about.
100% right. I'm sure like when he got elected, he was like, okay, I'll just put the right people in place. And, I'll go golfing and, attend meetings when I need to. That's probably what he thought. But they're like, oh no, bro, you actually have to make decisions here.
Oh,
and,
and you know how his meetings are. He gets a folder full of compliments and favorable things that are said about him, or pictures of him looking powerful. Like, it is somebody's job scour the internet looking for favorable news on Donald Trump and then delivering it to him with a smile on your face.
Wow.
Like, here's a real question. Could you go to work every day and jerk off your boss? No matter what, you just go to work, he's at his desk, and you just start tugging. and then he's finished. You say, "You're welcome, Mr. President," and then you just leave. Or no, actually, you don't say you're welcome. You say thank you, and he says you're welcome.
Who accepts that job?
Somebody with no backbone, and somebody who likes jizz all over their hands, obviously.
But you know what? The person that has that job probably actually had a legitimate job at the White House before. They were probably like Secretary of Foreign Affairs or something like, you, look, we don't need you to do that anymore. Here's your new role. And then they're like,
yeah,
Mr. Trump, I've been doing this for 20 years, and I consider
Mr. President,
I'm considered one of the leading authorities. and while we're on the Trump subject, in the prior call, we did do a PSA involving one of the Mayweathers. We need to make another one. PSA to the media outlets out there: please stop asking Floyd Mayweather Jr. any questions about Donald Trump. Please stop. Because
I think they should stop asking Floyd Mayweather anything other than boxing questions in general.
Yeah, I support that. Yeah, let's put that out there. Just boxing and money, and maybe some women every now and then. But anything else, no, we don't need to hear that shit.
No, because what he's doing is he's destroying his own legacy by just being uninformed or misinformed.
Yeah, and I'm just tired of I'm tired of the ignorance, man. Like, I'm tired of them asking him questions like, "How do you feel about Trump making these racist comments here, or saying these sexist things here?" And his response is solely based on, well, Donald Trump's a fair guy. He always gave me a fair shake. He always attended my fights. I'm like, but bro.
Right. Yeah, you're not the only American in this country.
That's ridiculous, man. Just turn on the TV and just see what he's saying about your people. I mean, come on, man.
Actually, I think they should stop asking celebrities questions about politics. Not that we shouldn't hear celebrities' opinions about politics, because, I mean, they're obviously citizens too. But I think the worst thing you could try to do, which of course makes headlines, is trap a celebrity in questions that they're not prepared to answer. Like, if a celebrity happens to bring these questions up to you, or bring these topics up to you, and you ask questions based off of what they say, then yeah, go for it, because it appears that they're ready to have that conversation. But if you guys are on one hand talking about your last movie, or your next tour, or your last fight, and then you switch gears to, so what do you think about Donald Trump, blah, 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 blah. Like, shit, yeah, Donald Trump ain't never grabbed my pussy, so I think he's all right.
Yeah, we don't want another Waka Flocka incident. Oh man, he was on that show and they asked him about voting. I mean, that was probably top 3 cringeworthy moments on TV. I mean, voting's cool. I mean, it's cool. Voting's cool. I was like, oh yeah. So yeah, we don't want to repeat of that with something more.
Man, this takes me back to 106 in Park days. I'm going back in time. I'm not talking about Terrence and what's that home wrecker's name? Roxy. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about Free and AJ. And
oh wow.
I'm gonna go back to an even crazier name. Do you remember a rapper by the name of Lil Zane?
Lil Zane?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Rest in peace to his career. I think it's about the 15th anniversary of his career being deceased. But they were asking him a question about like voting. I don't remember who was running. I don't remember at the time who was voting and running. And he said, yeah, it's very important because, we only get to vote like every 10 years. So, it's a big deal. And Free was like, it's every 4 years. Yeah, I really don't get into politics. That's not necessarily politics. You learn that shit in elementary school.
Damn, they were in the back like, oh shit, cut the mic. Actually, they were probably like, take the shot. Send it to his maker. Jesus Christ. Yeah, fuck cutting the mic.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so there's certain people, and I think that they do this kind of shit on purpose, depending on who the interviewer is, and they have an agenda. Like, you shouldn't ask certain celebrities certain questions. It's just not. You're not gonna get. Actually, you're probably gonna get what you're looking for, but you're not doing them any favors. Don't be an asshole while you're interviewing people. Just don't do that.
Yeah. I agree, man. I agree.
Yeah. So, I'm not sure if you've heard in the news or on the internet, because this is a story that's going to be taking over our lives for the next, around 9 months or so. But, your boy, another one of your boys, because I know you got a lot of homies out there. Your boy Travis Scott, knocked up Kylie Jenner.
Oh, wow.
He impregnated her. They're going to have a child together.
Hey, shout out to Travis Scott for continuing the tradition of ruining your life, man. We had Lamar.
They got another one.
We got Kanye.
They got another one.
Yeah. Another one bites the dust,
Kanye.
man.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah, Kanye got fluffy.
Kanye. That back
Travis
West.
Scott.
Yeah.
So that's and we can't forget about what's his name either. The other rapper. I forget his name. Ty Scott, I think I can't remember his name. But wow.
Wait, are you talking about the one who did knock Kylie up when she was a minor?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah, because that's an XL because that's pedophile shit. You can't be with minors. In my book, I just don't support it.
No, you can't do that shit.
Yeah, forget his name.
Yeah. Hey, well, all right. So I know the easy route to take is to talk about how Travis Scott is throwing away his not just his career but his freedom by knocking up a Kardashian Jenner. Like that is career suicide, and he's about to fall into the sunken place himself. And it's not like he didn't have evidence, so he did this to himself. I know that's the easy route to take. However, this also might be a good career move for Scott. Think about it. Kylie's the one with all the money. Kylie's the one who is going to continue to have a consistent career because all these misguided, misled, unparented young girls will continue to not only watch her show but buy her shit and continue to keep her rich. Scott, although I do like some of his music, I think she has a brighter future than he does. So if they ever split up, if I were him, I'm going after child support. She's the one with all the money. He's the one who's going to need to make sure that his kid maintains the quality or standard of living that the child has been accustomed to with his mom. So she's going to be paying him about, 50 G's a month. So this could actually be a pretty good look on him.
See, while that is a good theory, you're forgetting one thing, and I always talk about it. There are lawyers, and then there are legal dream teams. And the Kardashians have a legal dream team. So I imagine, and I really truly believe this is how it goes. Travis gets a phone call in the middle of the night, and it's Kylie informing him that she's preggo, right? Now, I don't know what Travis's reaction to that is, but when he gets off the phone, as soon as he hangs up, there's a knock on the door. And it's the special case legal dream team. And I think they have them sign paperwork. They say, sign here, sign here, sign here. And I think they just clean up. I think they say going forward, they say, here's an advance, here's $1 million advancement. Going forward, we will now take 10% of your future profits. Blah, 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 blah. And if you choose to not accept these terms, we'll see you in court. I think that's how it goes, man. There's no way he's going to get the upper hand. They got Mike, Scotty, Magic type lawyer.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. You're right, because that can be the only other explanation, which I don't know as a male celebrity why you would involve yourself with the succubuses or succubi. I'm not sure what the plural version of that word is. Why you would involve yourself with the Kardashians or Jenners. You're not doing yourself any favors. You are going to become a statistic. They are 100% effective at what they do. They are efficient. They take a free man. They put their feminine wiles on him. Some of them get knocked up, and then you're never the same, ever. Your basketball career is over. Your music career is over. You start a drug addiction that you kicked.
And we're not even talking about, see, when you're saying this, I'm fearful that listeners are only thinking of the Lamar Odoms, but the Kanyes, we can go further than that. We can talk about Miles Austin, former Dallas Cowboys wide receiver. We can talk
Reginald
about
Bush.
Yes, running back. We can talk about, there's another one. We can talk about Rashad McCants, former NBA player, UNC. He actually went on the show and actually said it. He actually said, my career was never the same after I started talking to the 6'3" one. I forget her name. She dating Tristan Thompson.
Linebacker Kardashian. Yeah.
Power forward. Yeah.
OJ's daughter.
Facts. All the mother sisters, 5'6", 5'7". She's 6'2.5". Come on. 6'2.5".
Got her daddy's head. Got her daddy's shoulders.
Probably run a 4.4. So come on, man.
I think she wore number 32 too.
Come on.
The only one that has been in and out of a Kardashian and has lived to tell the tale and has had a successful career post-Kardashian is Nick Cannon. That's because he had Kim before Kim was popping. She was just L.A. dot. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like she was just something to do. So he got out at a good time. Shout out to Nick Cannon for having some foresight.
And also, shout out to Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon has an impressive resume.
He's got Hall of Fame numbers.
Okay, we might actually. Okay, bear with me here, what I'm about to ask you, but is Nick Cannon the GOAT? Is Nick Cannon the GOAT? If you think about it, really think about it.
Nick Cannon is top 5. It's gonna take a minute for me to like really think about it, but I know 50's up there too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, and these are just, women, of course, that we know that have names that, have their own following. But yeah, Nick Cannon, easily top 5. Yeah, hey,
yeah.
He's got Babies by Mariah Carey, one of the biggest artists of our time.
So yeah, that alone immediately probably puts him in the top 5. Alone.
Yeah. Jay-Z's number 1 though. Jay-Z has the power ranking. Jay-Z's baby mama is Beyonce, or how I've been referring to
Jay-Z's wife. Jay-Z's wife. Wife Beyonce.
No,
so
I've been referring to Beyonce as the Beyonce because she's larger than just a person. What's bigger than a person? Because it's like she's the tallest statue. She's the brightest light. She's everything that is supposed to be revered, all in one person.
Well,
so
she's become
she
a symbol, homie. She's become a symbol.
Yeah,
man.
she is a symbol. And I'm not a huge, I don't really mess with her music like that. I think she's, extremely talented, extremely. But I know well enough to know that, what Beyonce is. Even though I might not mess with her music like that, I know what Beyonce is. I'm well aware. Shout out to Beyonce. keep doing you, boo.
Shout out to Beyonce. Given the fact that she is icon on an icon type level, why not just go by B? The letter B. Forget a name. That'd be the simple. B.
Yeah. She should just own that. Every time you say the alphabet, you either have to skip over the letter B, because if you don't, then you're liable to, being litigated. Or you have to, whenever you say it, you have to say the disclaimer. This is a registered trademark of the Beyonce. The letter should not be used or replicated without express written consent of Beyonce Knowles Carter.
That sounds good to me.
C-D-E-F-G.
Yeah. That's about right. And what's crazy is probably the closest, currently, the closest female superstar to her is, you could argue, probably Rihanna. And Rihanna is light years below Beyonce, if you really think about it. But she's the closest.
Yeah,
that's
I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure if it's Rihanna that's the next in line behind Beyonce. I honestly think it might be Lady Gaga, another person who I don't mess with their music, but Lady Gaga is a huge artist worldwide.
You know what?
Like a huge artist.
That's actually that. Okay, you're right. Yeah. Okay, so Lady Gaga, but still, Lady Gaga's not even. There's levels to it, and actually, you know who's above?
Yeah.
You know who's above Lady Gaga as far as icon global superstardom? It's Cardi B. So we already know Cardi B got next because. I hope you're not drinking coffee or near a construction site. I'm about to tell you something. I'm not sure if you heard, and I don't know the whole story, but I read a headline yesterday, and the headline was Cardi B breaks Lauryn Hill's record. I don't know what the record was. I don't know. But
I think it's
Cardi
like hip hop #1 single or some shit like that. This is why this is heartbreaking for me. And Lauryn Hill was a supremely talented artist, singing, rapping, had her own style. There was no other person like Lauryn Hill. There still really isn't. And then you get Cardi B comes on the scene, and now we're going to measure her on the same playing field as Lauryn Hill. Like, that's insulting to music. Insulting. They are not the same thing. So, I'm done talking about Cardi B. I'm not going to get upset. It's a beautiful day outside.
But that's like you reading a statement that says like the executive committee, the board has forced Michael Jordan to step down as a spokesman of the Jordan brand, and they've replaced him with Nick Young. It's like on that type of level. And it's just a press conference with Nick Young shaking hands. He's about to speak. It's like, what? What? It seems impossible. It doesn't seem possible, bro.
It's disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's very disrespectful. And I blame anybody and everybody who has streamed Bodak Yellow, who has bought that track, who listens to it on a regular basis, who says it's a dope track. I blame all of you. All of you have taken part in Lauryn Hill's metaphorical death.
Yeah, all y'all going to hip-hop hell, bruh. All y'all.
Yes. There's blood on your hands.
Shame.
Yeah, how do you feel? How do you feel about yourself?
Game of Thrones shit. Shame. Shame. Ridiculous, man.
How do you look at yourself? How do you sleep at night knowing you took part in killing, metaphorically, an icon, a revered and loved musician?
Well,
God damn you all. God damn you all.
Maybe, see, and you know, a lot of people that's in our circle, they'll argue, well, it's a sign that hip-hop's dead and it's been dead for a long time. But I'm starting to get to the point where I used to say the same thing, like, you know, all this bullshit that's coming out now. I used to say, yeah, hip-hop's definitely dead. But maybe we need to take a closer look at this and say, hip-hop's not dead because this isn't hip-hop. Why don't we just call this something new? I don't know what the name would be. Trip-hop? I don't know. But it's not hip-hop. Shit-hop. Yeah. Yeah. And it just represents the music that's coming out where you know the artist didn't go into that studio with a concept in mind. You know the artist didn't go into the studio trying to put out a classic album or a classic record. They did
not go into the studio trying to be the best artist they could possibly be. They did not. They did not do that. And you know, one of my favorite artists who I've been listening to a lot this past week, who's just been, I've always been impressed by this guy, but Crooked I, King Crooked, is on another level.
I agree with that.
Fucking level. For all our listeners who don't listen to Crooked I, but really, really love hip hop, love lyrics, love wordplay, do me a favor, and actually, you know what? We'll put the link in the description of this podcast. It is the Crooked I LA Leakers freestyle. If you're not impressed with how Crooked I rhymes in this freestyle, then not only do you not like rap music, but you don't like music in general. And go kill yourself.
Yeah, I gotta agree with TC. We'll definitely include that link. We'll also include that link on the YouTube channel as well on this for this episode. But yeah, I heard that LA Leakers freestyle because you sent it to me, and I'm a Crooked fan, but you by far are a bigger Crooked I fan than I am. And ever since you've sent me that freestyle, I've been listening to nothing but Crooked since. He's up there, I would say, I'm just talking straight lyrics here. I'm not talking about accomplishments or anything like that. I'm just talking straight lyrics. Spitting ability. He's by far, easily top 5 all time. By far.
Oh,
hands down.
Hands down. You will not hear any arguments from me. He is looking to be better than himself every time he steps in the booth or every time he picks up a mic. He's like, I can do better than I did last time. And then he does.
Yeah. There's
he
never
takes crap very seriously.
Yeah, there's never a moment where there's never a case since I've been listening to him on the regular where I've heard a freestyle where it's, or even a record really, where he comes off half-assed. Like he comes off like this is just a filler track. He's putting his heart and soul in every lyric, every song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to that guy.
You can hear it in his voice. Yeah. He's
man.
Shouts out to Crooked Eye. I know he's a huge Fried Bologna fan.
He gotta be.
Shout out to him. Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty dope though that Slaughterhouse as a whole, they have some spitters. I just wish that they came out with more content, but just given the climate that we're in with hip hop, I mean, I don't blame them, man. People don't appreciate it.
Yeah, because there's at least 2 people that would listen to everything that they released. But yeah, I agree. I wish I had more from them, but sometimes, waiting is the best part of actually listening to what they put out too. So if they've got something brewing, I'll be as patient as I can, but please hurry. Yeah.
Now we talked about this before, but I don't think we ever talked about it on the show. But if you had to pick a Slaughterhouse 2.0, what 4 rappers would go in there? I have 3 so far, and I don't know who the 4th one would be. I would do Kendrick, Big Crit, Pusha T.
Okay.
And I don't know who the 4th person would be.
Before I answer this question, full disclaimer, I don't think that there are 4 guys better. Like as a unit, I don't think there are 4 guys better that can rap like Slaughterhouse. So I'm not saying that these guys that I would name can compete with Slaughterhouse or they have the same lyrical ability. But I'm going to have to echo what you just said. It would definitely be Kendrick, Crit. I'm going to add Cole in there and probably Push as well. The only issue is Push is like in a different era of rap. Like he's older than those guys that we just named. So So that would be a little difficult. There's not any other younger dudes out there that rap like Crit, Cole, and Kendrick.
So
maybe Slaughterhouse 2.0 is only a 3-man group.
Yeah, because that's actually a good point. Because if you had to take out Pusha T, is there really no one else that we could sub him with? I mean, really?
No. The answer is no. If it takes us that long to think of a 4th guy, then he probably doesn't exist. And that's not saying that they don't make good music or that people don't like them, but it's just as far as just straight lyrics. Nah, there's not a 4th guy. There's not a 4th guy that can do what those other 3 guys can do.
That is ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. We can't find a 4th dude. Jeez.
But nobody raps competitively like that anymore, though, except for those 3 guys.
Yeah. That's a good point too, man. I
guess if I had to put an asterisk on this guy's name, which I would, because I'm not even 100% sure I believe this, it would be Big Sean. And again,
I can't do that. I can't do it.
Again, I am putting an asterisk on it because Big Sean is dope, but
he's dope, but he's not dope enough. He's dope, but he's not dope enough.
Well, that hence the asterisk.
Okay, now,
like if I had to add somebody,
I see where you're coming from with Big Sean. Okay, now you're not gonna probably agree with my decision here, but just to shake things up, and I'm not saying I'm trying to mimic exactly what the original Slaughterhouse has. I'm just saying a Slaughterhouse 2.0, which would be, for this generation. I would rather take out Big Sean and go with someone like Childish Gambino.
That's fair. I see why you would say that. So no argument for me.
Okay. Now, I'm sure a lot of people, including our listeners, are going to highly disagree with that one. But if you think about it, he's a young spitter too. Now, apparently I think he's thinking about retiring.
Well, there's a lot of people that fuck with Childish Gambino though too. So they're probably agreeing. There's probably a lot of people that are agreeing too. So, no argument for me.
All right. Well, it's a lot harder than we thought it was going to be, but I think that's a solid 4 for the Slaughterhouse 2.0 if it were to happen.
Hey, and if there's any listeners out there that listen to Slaughterhouse and knows what we're talking about as far as an assembly of highly skilled, highly technical rappers that rap for the art of it, that rap for the competitiveness of it, please submit your Slaughterhouse 2.0 to, bolognahomies@gmail.com.
Yeah, bolognahomies@gmail.
Yeah, we'll make sure to, or tweet at us at either 10man_TC or IAM_high-IQ or Fried Bologna ENT. And I'd be very interested to see who people come up with, because I don't think there's very many people.
Yeah, please let us know.
Yeah. Hey, Slaughterhouse is so good. Do you know that they have a rule that they cannot rewrite their lyrics in the studio? Like if they come to the studio and they're recording and they already wrote their verse and they hear somebody else's verse, they can't rewrite their verse. Like what you write is what has to. So you have to come correct every single time, because you know that there's 3 other guys that you're competing with that is probably gonna eat your head off if you don't come with the best shit you can come up with.
Wow. Sounds like, tastes like, feels like real hip hop, bruh. That's real hip hop. Man, see, I didn't even know that. That's a whole newfound respect I have for those guys. That's dope. Yeah. That automatically pushes you to be better. That's what we need, man.
Yes.
Man.
Yes.
And you know what's also dope about Slaughterhouse is when Joe Budden did that whole rap battle thing. I think that was like last year, 2 years ago. I can't remember.
Oh, Total Slaughter.
That was dope.
Yeah, that was good for the culture, man. Whatever the culture means, because I know that is a highly overused phrase.
Remember when culture meant something? Remember when culture had a definition?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Man.
Yeah, now culture just means whatever sounds cool to say it. Hey, do it for the culture, man. What culture? Culture's been lost.
Culture's been buried.
It's been stolen.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude.
Hey, so I want to introduce a new segment on the Fried Bologna podcast. And I want to call this segment the Unfuckwittables. So generally speaking, most people, they say, oh man, yeah, he's unfuckwittable. That usually has a positive connotation attached to it. Like, this person is so dope, can nobody fuck with him. I'm going to take it the other way. An unfuckwittable is, I can't fuck with this person. On no grounds, not at all, I can't fuck with you. So, the first person to get inducted into the Unfuckwittable Hall of Fame is a reoccurring character, and that person would be Kevin Durant. Let me explain why he's unfuckwittable. It starts with, and again, I said I wasn't going to talk about Kevin Durant, but in light of recent happenings and his itchy Twitter fingers, he has earned himself a first-class trip to the Unfuckwittable Hall of Fame. And So Kevin Durant created a fake Twitter account to go at fans who were calling him a bitch about him going to the Warriors. He failed to switch accounts and ended up tweeting from his own account, defending himself against someone who was basically calling him a sucker. Kevin Durant, that is, I'm all for interacting with fans. I think, social media allows, celebrities, athletes, whomever to directly interact in real time with their fans and or hecklers. But the problem is you have to know who to respond to and when and how. Kevin Durant knows deep down what he did was the softest and most bitch-made move in NBA history, and he still finds the need to defend himself. And what better way to do it than being incognito and doing it from another account? That is the ultimate pussy move. Well, that's pussy move 1B after going to the Warriors. So, Kevin Durant, first ballot, unfuckwittable Hall of Famer.
Yeah, that was some crazy stuff. When I first heard about that, I was like, this can't be true. He's making $100 million a year. Who the hell cares about? Oh, it is true. Well, I'm not. You're taking it to a level that it's not on my level. I'm not that upset with KD because after the Twitter thing, right? I was with you when you left the Thunder to go to the Warriors. I was with you on that one. But this recent development, and then combined with the 100-page novel he wrote on the bottom of his shoes, it's something wrong with Kevin Durant. See, when I saw that Twitter thing, right, and it was confirmed that it was true, to me, that's one of those things where, like, if you told your grandma about that, she'd be like, "Oh, bless his heart, bless his heart." He don't know, like he doesn't know. This is who he is. He's that kid in the playground where he's too young to play, and rather than sit on the bench and talk shit, he'll run home and tell his mom and have his mom come up there and force you to make him play, allow him to play. It's just different. Yeah. That's who he is. We can't be mad about that. That's just who he is. He's soft.
Yeah. He's a sucker. Yes, he is. Also, last night while scrolling my Twitter timeline or feed or whatever they call it, I saw a picture of Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry. They're doing their media shit because the season starts in like a month. And you got Klay Thompson with a smile on his face, Draymond's ugly ass with a smile on his face, Steph Curry with a smile on his face, and then you see Kevin Durant looking like a broke dick dog, just looking sad, looking like I don't know what to do. I don't belong here. And that picture speaks volumes to me. Like it's starting to set in. The ring didn't make him happy like he thought it would. The ring didn't make shit go away like he thought it would. More rings, more problems for Kevin Durant.
That's a good point. I mean, I think you're spot on, man, because it's easy to be in OKC and say, because he was kind of, he was getting some backlash even when he was there prior to him, some would argue, throwing that finals game, or I'm sorry, the Western Conference finals game. Yeah. Prior to that, he was getting a lot of hate still. And it's easy to sit in your hotel room like, well, I mean, once I get a ring, I'm sure people will shut the hell up. But you can't go to the team that beats you in the Western Conference Finals and expect the overall masses to shut up. He's still getting a lot of hate. And I think, like you said, it's starting to get real. It's starting to sink in. it's no different from, you becoming a heavyweight champion of the world, but you got the belt via disqualification. Like, when people are bringing that up, like, well, I mean, you still
didn't really win
didn't beat him. Yeah. Same thing. That will eat at a man's soul, man. He didn't account for that, like you said. He didn't prepare for that. Now what do you do?
Yeah. Hey, I don't care. One of two things is going to happen this upcoming season. And this is, like, I'm really going out on a limb with this one. But either Kevin Durant is going to go on a tear this season and just take his fragility out on the court and just make people pay for his misery. Or this is really going to affect him, and he's going to have a miserable season. He might still do well. Kevin Durant is, one of the two greatest players in the NBA. So he's either going to, play great, or he's going to wilt and just not be able to deal with these issues. And he's going to be mentally checked out. His game is going to reflect that. And then before you know it, you're going to hear him talk about his displeasures with the organization or his teammates and how he wants out. And I didn't realize how good I had it in OKC. I hope Russ will take me back.
Now see, okay, those are good. Those are two good points, but I have to say, I think regardless, he's going to have a dope year, right? Because he is that good, and he's 7'1" and can shoot the three ball like it's a free throw. Now to your first point, you saying, he's going to go on a tear and, take it out on the court. Unfortunately, this isn't the 90s. If we were in any other era, I would say, oh, he's going to go out there and rip hearts out on that court, given all this backlash. But it's not the 90s, man. It's not going to happen. The last player to do that, well, actually, we have one current player that I feel like still does that. And what do you know? It's Russell Westbrook.
I feel LeBron's done it too. But, yeah, but it's definitely Russ. But it's definitely Russ.
Bron has done it once. That Celtics versus Cavs game where Bron was looking angry the entire game.
Did you forget that LeBron also scored like 20-something unanswered against Detroit?
But he wasn't.
Are you forgetting that LeBron?
That angry.
Are you forgetting that LeBron also ignited the 3-1 comeback against the Warriors the season before last?
Okay, yeah, I will count that because like he was playing angry and he was playing ferocious. Those are two ones. But the other one that you said, the 26 unanswered, that gets canceled out when he decided to give up when he's with Miami versus Dallas. Because champions don't give up.
It's about the journey. No, I'm playing. You're right. That was LeBron's one of his least impressive moments.
Now, was that the same series? Was that the same series where he did that quote where he was like, basically, my life is still a shit. Y'all niggas.
Yeah, that was it.
That was the same one. Okay, yeah.
That was that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was a hard pill to swallow. Yeah, but he was kind of right though. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think KD's gonna go on a tear like we wish he would go on, but different time, man.
I don't wish that. Again, I hope they lose every game they play.
So what would KD have to do to get you? Because I do think you were a fan of KD prior to all this bullshit.
Absolutely. I think that's why I'm so hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. It does cut deep. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all about. I'm a man of accountability. When you're wrong, I want to hear those words. I was wrong. I want KD to say, yeah, that was a soft move. In retrospect, that was a soft move. I'm great. I'm one of the best players in the NBA, one of the greatest players in the world, one of the best to ever do it. I had a great chance of beating these Golden State Warriors. We were up 3-1. I didn't play great basketball. I likely threw the series. It was a punk move. I'll admit that. If he said those words, they don't have to be verbatim, It doesn't have to. He can say a more PC version of it or a more PR version of it. But if he ever said those words, I'll be right back on the KD train saying KD is actually a real one. But he won't say it. Fair. He won't say it.
Well, so it's too late. It's too late to say it now. But if he had said it a little earlier, I get it. Because now you don't know if it's actually genuine. You wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if people will buy it. You know.
Hey, it would make me feel better though. Even if it wasn't the most genuine, I still would appreciate it. But KD don't care about what I appreciate. I want to throw that out there. He don't care. KD has no idea he shares the same earth as me. So
well, he might. You got to stay tuned for the second pair of shoes come out. He might write a forward, include your name in it. TBD, to be determined. We don't know. He might. He actually really might know you. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that does remain to be seen.
Yeah. Now, think about this though. Think about this, and I hate. Look, we're in our early 30s, and I hate to keep bringing this up. I hate to keep bringing up the 90s, but let's compare this for a minute. I want to take you to 1990. I want to take you to 91. Okay.
That was a great year. That was MJ's first championship. Beat the Lakers in 5 games. That was the famous switch hand layup in midair. Yeah, I remember that year very well.
Incredible.
That's
like
the
iconic
first year
images,
I started hating the Lakers.
Yeah, iconic images right now. That's the era of the greatest basketball player to ever do it, right? And now in today's time, we have NBA stars fighting the backlash by making fake Twitter accounts or writing novels on the bottom of their shoes, okay? But in the 90s, now I know it's going to be hard for a lot of people to believe, but in the 90s, the greatest basketball player ever in his prime was also writing stories. But he was writing fake stories about himself, right? Pretty much basically trashing his own name in the media so he could get that extra motivation during the games.
Yeah, he was. And I think one of the big things you're referring to, and I forget the guy, but he basically told the media that so-and-so said that he's going to lock MJ up. And MJ used a story he created for a competitive advantage to drop like 40 or 50 on these guys. And then come to find out that shit never happened.
GOAT. I mean, if a player in today's league had like a quarter of that, it'd be, if you put that in LeBron, oh my gosh. Now I know, I get it. Like not everyone's psychotic like that, but it's like, damn it, I need that in today's game. I need just like 2 or 3 psychos, you know?
Yeah, we only have one. We only have one psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have one psycho and a pit bull, and the pit bull being Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris Paul is very competitive. Very competitive. I've always appreciated and respected Chris Paul's competitiveness. I just think he might be a little overrated.
Oh, man, I'm so torn on Chris Paul, man. Because on one hand, I get why you would say he's overrated because it seems like in the big moments, he kind of always lets you down.
And then we always blame his teammates for it.
Yeah. It does seem that way. Yeah.
At a certain point, you know, it's got to be CP's fault.
Yeah. But on the other hand, I do recognize like how dope of a ball player he is. Because you got to understand, to be among the elite like he is, and to be honestly barely over 6 feet, and really not be all that athletic. You got to have dope skill. Like, it's just pure skill for him to, like, be on that level. Because 9 times out of 10, when he's going up against other guards, he's usually at a disadvantage, either with speed or height or both.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's dope, man. And let's not forget when he was with New Orleans, how he almost single-handedly kept his team competitive against the Lakers.
Yes.
8 versus 1
I like Chris Paul. I like Chris Paul a lot. I think he's the last pure point guard in the NBA. But I just, his lack of success in his career has made it very difficult for me to continue to rate him highly. That's all. Yeah,
you know who I'm concerned about that might happen with is the same thing might happen with John Wall, and I really hope it doesn't. I like John Wall, and I think he's one of the best in the league, but I hope that the same thing doesn't happen where, like, 5-6 years from now, we're like, man, but he hasn't done anything. He hasn't won anything. Same thing could happen to Dame, which would crush my heart, because he's talking about he don't see himself ever leaving Portland. So,
well, hey, you got to take things a little contextually too, and this is what would plague like a John Wall and not a Chris Paul or even a Damian Lillard is John Wall has the misfortune of playing in the Eastern Conference with LeBron James. You're only going to be as successful as a LeBron James failure, and 9 times out of 10, LeBron James is not failing. Not in the Eastern Conference. Might fail in the finals, but he's not failing in the Eastern Conference. So just like you got your boy, Charles Barkley, Clyde eventually won when Mike was out. But, you got a lot of players who did Patrick Ewing, got a lot of players who didn't win championships because they had the misfortune of playing in the same era as Michael Jordan. So
that's a good point.
LeBron James is crushing dreams, and that's what makes you great, crushing dreams.
But the good point, the good thing is, for John Wall, hey, LeBron might be heading out west next year, so you get a little break. It'd be like a 2-year break when Mike left to go play baseball. LeBron's going to the Lakers in 2019. And
LeBron ain't going to the Lakers.
You never. Don't say that. Don't say you never know.
LeBron does not want me to hate him. That's why he ain't going to the Lakers. LeBron knows that his career is riding on me hating him, and going to the Lakers would make me have to hate him. So LeBron ain't going to the Lakers, man. That is a pipe dream constructed by the right-wing media and Laker fans.
And my answer to that, my only answer to that is crazier things have happened. That's all I can say.
It's true.
Crazier things have happened. And it's different now. And I'm not a Laker fan, but, real recognized real. That Laker front office is no longer a joke now. Now that Magic is up there, it's no longer a joke.
Well, we don't know if it's a joke or not. That remains to be seen.
But it's getting the respect. The respect is back now, among players. Like, they'll actually have a fucking conversation with the Lakers now. Magic is up there. So things can happen now.
That's what we assume, man. Magic has to prove himself like anybody else. Just because you're Magic does not make you automatically successful in being a front office guy.
But people will listen. Now they're taking calls. We'll see, man.
You have a point. Yeah, you have a point.
We'll see.
You have a point.
And Brown's family's
the
out
Lakers
there too.
Nothing but I wish the Brown's family's been out to LA. I wish the Lakers nothing but unfulfilled dreams. So it's I don't think that anything is going to happen for them. I think they're still in their decade and a half of sorrow and misery.
Decade and a half. Now your hatred for the Lakers just stems purely from your hatred with Kobe. Am I correct? Or was it prior?
That is incorrect. Wow. I said this several minutes ago, but my hate for the Lakers started in 1991. short story for you. So Chicago Bulls fan, I've been a Chicago Bulls fan and a Michael Jordan fan since I can remember. And the Bulls were playing the Lakers in 1991 in the finals. The Bulls beat the Lakers in 5 games. I go over my uncle's house. My uncle, who babysat me and my brother. So we were Bulls household, Bulls family. We had our Chicago Bulls hats on. I think the day or the week of the finals after the Bulls won. And as we stepped into my uncle's house to prepare to be babysat, my uncle took the Bulls hats off of our head and said, "You don't wear no Bulls hats in my house." And that day I started hating the Lakers and started hating them a little bit more every year after that.
I got to respect that story. That's actually, I would hate the Lakers as well if that happened to me too.
Yeah.
Get disrespected for wearing Chicago Bulls apparel? Yeah. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. So I'm going with that. What's that math? 26 years strong hating the Lakers? It's more fun. I must admit, it's more fun hating the Lakers when they're good, though.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I used to be a Laker fan, but I'm a realist. When teams suck, I admit it, right? And I got kind of tired of living out here and then seeing Laker fans in denial. IQ. I'm sorry to cut you off because everything you're saying is very important, but this just in. Carmelo Anthony got traded to the Thunder. Wait, you're probably breaking up. It sounds like you said Melo went to the Thunder?
Breaking news. The Knicks and Thunder have agreed to a trade sending Carmelo Anthony to OKC.
Oh, she just got real. So you mean to tell me
this is a Fried Bologna exclusive.
You mean
by the
to
time
tell
you hear
me
this Monday, it'll be old news, but
yeah. You mean to tell me they're gonna have Westbrook, PG-13, and Melo? Oh man.
And yes.
If they get and I'm not sure, but if they get Hoodie Melo,
they just became very dangerous. That Western Conference. Okay, first of all, can we just go ahead and say the Eastern Conference is now a barren wasteland, and the only people that have water are those who live in Cleveland?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
And the Western Conference is now a cutthroat society of some of the most supreme killers that the gods have ever put on this earth.
Blood and guts everywhere in the arena. Oh God.
Oh yeah. Oh, the NBA season is going to be Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant every single game.
With the Rock
it's going to be
and Stone Cold subbing in every now and then.
And Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. Oh, it's going to get real interesting. This is the first time in any of our calls where we have dropped an exclusive like this. Too bad we don't do any live shows.
Yeah, too bad. But they're coming soon.
Yeah, they're coming soon.
Wow.
Yeah. Shit just got really real. Hey, KD, the Thunder have moved on. They moved on. They done got themselves two new girls to replace you. And I don't mean disrespect to Paul George or Carmelo. I mean this metaphorically. But yeah, they moved on, KD. You're old news.
Yeah.
So we've got the Warriors, the Rockets, and the Thunder to worry about in the Western Conference now. This season is going to be nuts.
Wow. Yeah, man, but my only question is, you could probably answer this better than I can, but I'm not too familiar with the league rules, but they still only play with one basketball, right?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, about that. Is that gonna work though, bro? Because you got Westbrook and PG-13 and Melo. Is that gonna work?
Yeah, yes it is. I don't know how. Obviously, I've never seen them play together before. But this is gonna work, and this is gonna be fun. The Thunder just got scary
on paper.
On paper. And Paul George is likely staying now.
I don't think he stays. I really don't. I don't think it's enough. I don't think he just intends to stay anyway. I think Paul George is trying to come back home. He's trying to come back to L.A.
I don't know. There's no strippers to knock up in OKC, which means he can focus entirely on basketball.
That's the problem. He come to L.A. now. I don't know, man. You gotta, and no disrespect, I love his game, but you have a ball dominant point guard. One other superstar, I think that's cool, but then you had a third who has something to prove, by the way, in Melo.
All right. So here's why the Thunder are going to be obviously better, not just because of the other names on the roster. Well, actually, entirely because of the other names on the roster now.
No, but they're better. I agree, they're better. They're better. Yeah.
Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double last season with some of the worst shooters the game has ever seen. He averaged a triple-double with an extremely a lack of help. They got to the playoffs with nobody. And remember, every time Russell Westbrook went out of the game, if they had to leave, they immediately went down. So now they've got two other guys that can maintain the offense while Russell Westbrook's on the bench. And Melo, imagine if Melo was just relegated to a spot-up shooter. He would be the most efficient and effective he's ever been. He's too good. He's too good to be a spot-up shooter. He's too good to be a spot-up shooter.
Yeah.
But imagine if Russell Westbrook doing his Russell Westbrook type stuff, going to the basket, and just kicking out to Melo, giving Melo time to shoot. I think Melo goes to the Thunder with a new mindset, not the same selfish Melo that we've seen his entire career, where it's just about his point. I think. Don't be surprised if you see a better Melo. Don't be surprised if you see a Melo content with 15 to 20 points, 10 boards, and 4 to 6 assists. Don't be surprised.
I appreciate your optimism, man. But to play devil's advocate, what if we see the same Melo? What if he goes there and he's the man in the ball in the post? Throw the ball. Throw me the rock, Russ.
He should get the ball. He should get the ball in the post. He just won't get it as often.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what if it's the post turns into a black hole, a black abyss? I mean, I don't know, man. Because it's different. It's not like him leaving on his own terms. You know, like I decided to leave New York. It's more so he will have something to prove. Like he's gonna make New York pay every time they're on TV. You know what I mean? I just know I don't know how it's gonna work, man. I really don't know.
Well,
I don't know, man.
We're gonna have time to see.
TBD, man. TBD.
Yeah. This NBA season is gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, she just got real. Now I'm not like saying that they're gonna win anything, but I'm really excited to see the Timberwolves. You know, now that they got Jimmy Buckets, that's gonna be interesting. And,
I still don't really want to talk about that.
I know, man.
Yeah,
Chicago did him dirty.
Yeah. I'm not ready. It all started when Tibbs left, and that was the inevitable demise of my favorite franchise.
Tibbs was a great coach, man. Tibbs was a great coach.
He said to the Bulls, you know, the Bulls defense, he does run his players into the ground. Because he's, you know, like the AAU coach, only the best players play.
Right.
And so, I think if he's good at managing minutes, they're gonna be all right.
Yeah. And a lot of players in the league low key give Tibbs a lot of props for his work when he's with the Celtics as assistant coach.
Right.
Under Doc.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, he's defensive first coach, and defense wins championships. And I think some teams are, even though the Warriors are obviously the best team in the NBA, I think a lot of teams are kind of closing that gap a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, I think the Cavs have the easiest ride to the finals that they will ever, even though the Knicks nobody was worried about the Knicks. But that just takes another superstar out of the East.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, you want to end it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you want to end
before
it?
we get out, before we get out of here, we did get a question from one of the Bologna homies who wrote in to ask us a question. So, we'll take a second to answer his question. It's how the question was, and this is actually related to basketball. What do we think about Kyrie and the Celtics? Do they have a legitimate shot? The
legitimate shot at what?
This question. Yeah, that was my question. Yeah, a legitimate shot at what? They are still an NBA franchise, so they have a shot at playing 82 games this season, and that's where it starts and stops for me. They don't have a shot at winning a championship. They're not going to compete with the Cavs. So that was the easiest question we're ever going to get. I don't have to think about that one too hard.
Yeah, they have a legitimate shot at a first-round exit, which is progress. But that's about it, man. That's about
Actually, that's degress, because they were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
But come on, that's reality. I mean, I don't think a lot of fans, they downplay the importance of leadership. And when you have a guy like IT who really is or really was the heart and soul of that franchise, numbers and stats sometimes don't make that up. And you also, you gained a lot of talent, of course, but you also lost a leader, and you lost a hard-nosed defender in Crowder, who
Jay Crowder, yeah.
Yeah, he gave you buckets too. I mean, Jay Crowder, he gets no fucking respect, no love, but they're gonna miss that guy too. So more talent, but a lot more holes and stuff that doesn't really show up in the stat line. So
yeah, he was a hell of a spot up shooter. Hey, and IT being gone takes the wind out of the Celtics sail. That's probably going to take 3 to 5 seasons to replace. But I don't care. I ain't a Celtics fan anyway. The only time I was a Celtics fan is when they beat the Lakers in the finals. And I'm talking about the Kobe Lakers, not the Magic Johnson and Lakers. I was not around then.
We weren't around.
I would encourage those who write into the show, though. There's no such thing as a stupid question, but also, just ask better questions.
Yeah, and don't forget to leave us your name or the name you want us to go by when we shout you out. We need names for these questions, people.
Yeah, because I purposely wasn't saying this person's name because I wasn't given instructions whether to do so or not.
Yeah, we don't want to send out real names out there.
So, Mr. or Ms. Anonymous, we'll say your name if you give us authorization to do so. But on that note, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta take my kid to the zoo. I don't say gotta like it's a bad thing. Me and my daughter's mother, we are taking our child to the zoo. She just celebrated her second birthday.
Father. Yeah, you're a good
there you
father.
go. So, we're going to go do that. So, hey, man, you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll holler at you, man.
All right, man. Been a pleasure.
Oh, yeah, the pleasure's all mine. And, hey, man, we're just a couple of suburban hood niggas out here trying to make it.
Amen, brother. Amen.
All right, man, you take it easy.
All right, peace. Thanks for listening to Fried Bologna.
Please be sure to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes and Google Play to catch new episodes every Monday at 7 a.m. Pacific.
And check us out on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube for even more content.
Fried Bologna,
a hood delicacy.